When I first heard about Hush, I thought that we were looking at a remake of the classic Wait Until Dark, featuring Audrey Hepburn and Alan Arkin. That's a film that I highly suggest seeing if you haven't already seen it. Basically, the conceit was a deaf woman is home alone, and a killer is basically stalking her from the inside. But in the case of Wait Until Dark, it was a man who was creeping around the home to find something, but still yet put Audrey Hepburn in severe jeopardy. So in Hush, the conceit is that yes, there is a deaf woman and a serial killer is stalking her. Right off the bat, you already think a damsel in distress, a la Jamie Lee Curtis, the Scream Queen from the original Halloween in '78. But Maddie, as played by Kate Siegel, is a very memorable heroine who you should not underestimate. Uh, Maddie, as we discover, is not only deaf but is also mute due to meningitis as a young child. And basically, the film basically just picks up in an average day in her life. We discover that she's an author, successful author, and then something terrible happens, and she finds herself the prey of a serial killer. Now we never discover the reasons or the origins of this serial killer. We just know he's there. He's stalking her and taunting her. He's not some mindless killing machine. He actually has a mind. He has a brain because he's going through these thought processes just to torture and taunt this woman. And he totally understands that she's deaf, and he's playing up to that and really messing with her because she doesn't know what's going on because he could be right behind her and she doesn't even know it. And that's basically how the whole film plays out quite effectively. This ends up being this one went straight to Netflix, and actually I think it probably would have really done pretty well if it was actually released theatrically, because it's actually a pretty effective serial killer film featuring two memorable characters, Maddie and the man, as he is called, since we're never given his name. But as the film progresses, we discover that in fact, he's just not some just random guy. He actually is a serial killer, and we discovered that he's done this before. And basically, because it's like cat and mouse, but then it ends up being there reaches a point where the mouse ends up hunting the cat, because like I said, this is not a woman to be underestimated, and she proves to be pretty smart and resourceful, and she doesn't allow her handicap to basically prevent her from surviving. And the characters are so relatable and likable that you want to see Maddie get out of this, and two, you hate the man, but you want to see how he turns out. So Mike Flanagan co-wrote this film with his wife Kate Siegel, who plays Maddie, and apparently they wrote this thing over a dinner date, or came up with the idea over a dinner date. And it, like I said, it proves to be a pretty effective serial killer and a solid entry into the horror genre. So I would have to give, I'm going to give this film 4 stars out of 5. As someone who's kind of jaded with the horror genre, this was a pleasant surprise I actually really enjoyed. There are moments where you do have to suspend disbelief, and there was one moment in particular that I was wondering why they did not address it in the film at all, and it probably just would have like derailed something, and which is probably why he just let it go. But that one little moment was not enough to ruin the movie for me, and I still ended up enjoying it overall. So 4 stars out of 5. This is definitely one worth checking out. Like I said, it's on Netflix, so add that to your queue for Netflix and chill, or Netflix and kill. So if you like this review, hit that like button below. Have you heard of Hush? Not to be confused with the one with Gwyneth Paltrow. But have you heard of Hush? We're looking forward to Hush. Please comment below and let me know. And if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please do, so you can stay on top of my reviews as they come in. So until next time, see you, in this case, on the couch. Night.